Oh,
Good morning, everyone. Juan Grimaldo here with the Grimaldo Group at Keller Williams.
Angel Ramos, also with the Grimaldo Group.
We got Fer over there, and we're live, so that's things like we don't expect happen, right, when you're live.
Nope.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Fer, good morning.
hi, Juan. Hi, Angel. How are you?
Actually, it's good afternoon, right?
That's right.
Right. How are you? Are you ready for this?
Always ready.
All right.
Let's do this.
Today we're going to talk about the secret weapon of our successful real estate agent. So, Angel, Juan, can you please tell me what's that secret? What makes you so successful?
Our success is due to our team. We have a pretty amazing team behind the scenes. You're part of it. Angel is part of it, and I feel like you can do a lot more with a team than by yourself. And I did real estate by myself for a long time, and I don't know how I did it. I was asking you this question this morning. Like, I don't know how I did it back then, because you have to, set up the appointment with the client, the lender, wear that hat, and then you have to go show them homes, wear that other hat, and then negotiate, do the paperwork. So there's a lot of things involved that people don't realize that happens, right, Angel?
Oh, definitely. It's not like purchasing a car. I always use that. I mean, you go to a dealership and you look at a car, and it's a one-on-one. And you go and sit down with the finance department and most likely leave that day.
Yeah.
Not with real estate.
No.
There's a lot more to it. So having a team effort involved is a win for the client.
Especially in this market. I mean, if you're a solo agent and you're out there showing homes, by the time you show the house, you get back to the office, the house might already be sold. But we have a team that, by the time we get to the offer's already ready. The paperwork's already ready to go for the client to sign, and the agent has to just go over and make sure the client signs electronically. Boom, we send the offer, and it helps us. It gives us a huge advantage to have that with us.
And I think also to take into account that a team is there in a case that one particular agent, if you're working with one of the agents from the team, and that agent either goes on vacation or has a urgent family matter to attend, that client is not stranded now.
Yep.
Someone is going to step in and continue the process, and that's important to know.
That's huge because go ahead, Fer.
Yeah, so I would like to know, how did you come to that point where you said, you know what, I need to change this, the way I'm working, and I need to transform it into a team?
Well, it was actually, I call it generic growth. We were getting so busy that we couldn't handle the business. Back in 2011, I went full-time selling real estate, and it was just me. And by 2013, I had so much business that I was hey, Angel, can you help me? Boom. And then I was using the agents in the office as showing agents because I couldn't handle it. So the first thing I did was I brought in one of my friends. He was showing up. Back then, the market was bad. The economy was bad. So he didn't have a job, and he would go to my office and say, hey, Juan, I'm looking for work, And so I finally said, you want to help me? Go get your license. He became my assistant. He got his license, started working, and then he became my first partner in crime. And then we moved to another brokerage. When I moved to the other brokerage, we started expanding even more. And then we brought an assistant. Actually, it was splitting an assistant because, this is my first time owning a business. I had no clue what to do. So one of my coworkers or colleagues had an assistant, and she's like, Juan, why don't we split it? So, because just in case I don't have enough business, we'll pay. And we split the assistant. She's a very successful agent too, by the way. Now her parents are in the business as well. But from there, it just grew. Little by little, we added more agents, more people. Claudia was one of my agents at first, and she's still with us. She's super successful. One of the top agents here on our team. And we've been growing generically. And that gave us so much more freedom to be able to assist more clients and to improve our services. Angel, you joined how long ago? Over a year?
Over a year.
And
I mean, successful real estate agent is always a major plus for a successful transaction. And with that, in the team effort, you have transaction coordinator, because a lot of times when I bought a house or a condo the first time back in the 90s, I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Yep.
And if you're not provided a good guidance as to what it entails, you're going to be clueless. You're going to be walking into a maze. And when you break down the process and you can explain what the buying process is to the T, and people can understand, okay, this is just not Angel. It is also Juan. It is also, in this case, Fer, and you have the transaction coordinator, the office manager. It's a whole team effort making a successful transaction all the way to closing.
Yep. And there's other partners, not only our team members within our Grimaldo group, there's also the lenders, the title company, the inspector. So we created a huge group of people that are there for you. It's not just one person, like Angel was saying, and the ability to, let's say I'm a solo agent, I go on vacation, you're looking to buy a house. With this market, you think that house that you love is going to be there when you come back?
No.
So you're going to miss out on opportunities because, again, that agent is on vacation and he's not there. So I think that one of the key portions of our success is that we have leverage. We have other people that help us. We're here for that.
And our desire as a team is to be successful so we can have clients that are going to come back to us or refer us.
Yep.
That's also something that is important to us.
And I say our success it's the client's success. It's not really our success. Correct. Because we're being successful providing their service that they required at the time they need it with the least amount of problems, and honestly, most clients say that was easy, right? Right now it could be a little frustrating. So some of you might be saying, well, he's crazy. The market is insane. It is. But yet, if you have someone that knows what he's doing, it's going to make it so easy for you that some people say, you know what? It was painless. I loved it.
And tell me, I'm sorry, Juan, tell me more. You were mentioning about a solo agent. What is the main difference between being a solo agent and being part of a team?
Basically wearing different hats, right? I mean, if you're an agent by yourself, you have to show houses. You might be listing houses, and you can be everywhere, right? If you're doing paperwork, you can be showing houses. If you're showing houses, you can be doing paperwork or listing a home. And some people are even taking their own pictures, hanging up their own sign. We have a team for that. There's a person that takes care of the signs. There's showing agents, and we all do everything. We're all listing and showing agents. We do everything.
Having served in the military and also in law enforcement, I retired from law enforcement. It was always important to understand you may be patrolling a particular area of the city, and you're assigned to that area alone. But in a moment's notice, if you need backup will show up. It's a team effort. The same applies here. So in real estate, I could be working with a client all by myself, but there are times that I need the cavalry to come in for whatever reason, and that client is going to be taken care of.
Yep, and that's like I said, it makes a big difference because you don't have to be everywhere, and we're there for you.
All right, that's amazing. And tell me, Juan, how do you do to win a deal in this competitive market? Because it's crazy.
It is. So we have a lot of strategies, and one of them is we reach out to all the agents that we know, first of all, because sometimes we have to find inventory that doesn't exist yet, that is about to come out, and we reach out to our agents. Angel's been showing homes. What do you use?
Well, I use everything and anything from the toolbox, and one of the things, as he mentioned, I don't wait for stuff to pop out. I like calling other agents. Hey, do you have a potential listing that's coming up? I'm looking for a particular property. Sometimes they'll say no, not at the moment, but all of a sudden I have an agent says, it's funny that you asked. And then the conversation opens up, and there have been some wins.
A lot of wins, and that's why I brought it up, because Angel's been uber successful with that. He creates the inventory. I know it's going to come out, but if you don't ask, you don't get, right? So that's one of the strategies. The other thing is we're very relentless, persistent, consistent. We negotiate the deal over the phone. We try to go as far as possible to get the deal done before we even send the offer. And the other thing is we coach our clients to make sure that they understand the market, and so that we make a winning offer. For example, Angel wants to buy X property and it's selling for X amount, and he doesn't want to change the price, and there's 20 offers in that house. He has the ability to win the house. Do you want to win the house? Yes. I'm going to play to win with you. So we need to submit the offer according to what we need to win. I can be telling you, you know what, Angel? Yeah, we'll be nice. We'll send him an offer however you want to send it. Am I going to win for him? No. So if I'm an attorney and you're going to go to court with me, and I'll be like, oh yeah, we'll just tell the judge to be nice with us. Be soft. You can't win. You have to be aggressive. You have to be strong, and you have to have the experience to be able to negotiate the deal. This guy, professional negotiator, he's an amazing negotiator.
Yeah.
I can say I work my butt off to work, hard for my clients. We all do. I mean, and that's the beauty of having all the experience so that we can put it to work for you guys.
Absolutely. And can you please tell me, Juan, what do you provide, you as a team, the Grimaldo Group, provide to your clients different than anyone else?
What do you think, Angel? How are we different?
Well, I can tell you we go above and beyond the call to duty. I have my phone attached to me 7 days a week. I know that some folks that see me on Facebook may see me out on vacation somewhere, but trust me, I wake up early, I'm scanning emails, I'm on the phone as I let my lovely wife relax, maybe go to the spa or something, and I'm scanning my phone. Of course, I do have a good time, but I think that's key. Always being aware to be, respond to emails, text messages, and keep things in the loop with the team.
100%. I mean, that's one of the biggest complaints. People not being in communication with the buyers. And since we get so busy, I couldn't handle everything, right? So Angel, Claudia, everybody else, the whole team helps us respond to clients as soon as possible. What I do is I try, if I'm not available, I transfer my calls to someone else to make sure that person gets taken care of. So there's always going to be someone there for our clients. And like Angel said, going above and beyond is key, right?
I mean, I've had clients that are not in Arizona. They're in a different time zone. And they're calling me at 5 a.m. or sending me emails and text messages.
Yep.
And to them, it is important. Therefore, it should be important to me.
100%.
So I get up early, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm scanning emails and stuff just in case. And those that I need to respond immediately, I do.
Definitely. Are we perfect? We're not, but we do everything to make sure that our clients get the best service possible, because we know there's a lot of competition out there, and we want to be that person that takes care of you. And I'm going to just share something on that note. And the reason I became a realtor is when I bought my first house, I knocked on doors for a year, Angel, like a whole year, and nobody wanted to help me. I had the worst situation, bad credit, low income, job hopping. I was a nightmare for anybody trying to get me a loan. And this guy took the time to help me. So when he did, I was so grateful, and I was so blessed that he was able to get me a home. That a few months later, I used to work for a bank. He knew that I left the bank, and he says, "Juan, would you be interested in doing loans and helping others?" And I says, "Yes." I didn't even know what I was getting into, but I wanted to help others in the same situation I'm at. And people can attest to this. We serve everybody and anybody. We don't say no to anybody. If they can't qualify, we're going to guide them, take them by the hand. If it takes a year, I have clients that have taken 4 years to get a home. We don't care. We want to make sure that we help you guys.
Wow. And tell me, Juan, why is your team different than other teams? Because we know there are many things out there, but what makes you different?
We are in Phoenix. There's a huge Hispanic market. The first thing is we speak Spanish. That's
Right.
one of the biggest things, right? We have a huge variety of people. I mean, we have Angel. He used to be in law enforcement, Puerto Rican, amazing guy, Carlista, Dominican. I mean, we have all kinds of mixes here, and it's so beautiful to see. We have Brianna, who doesn't speak Spanish, so not everybody speaks Spanish, and her husband, Mark. Yet we have a very diverse group of people that put together all their knowledge to serve our clients, in the best way possible.
Well, I think training is also key.
Huge.
So you're continuing training, you're learning what's happening out there, keeping tabs of the competition. You just got to be on your tippy toes continuously.
And not only, and that's huge, because we are in the trenches. We see the market every day. I saw your post this morning about the market update. We know exactly how many homes are on the market. We don't drink the Kool-Aid, I say, we swim in it. We are in this thing 100%. We love real estate. We love helping people, and I'm sure everybody else does. But we really go and pride ourselves in education. Keller Williams is huge when it comes to that, and that's one of the reasons I'm here. You don't know what you don't know, and you can be doing the same thing wrong your whole life. But here we're in the process of growing every single time, and you can attest to this, Fer. I mean, we started just with a couple transaction coordinators. Now we have, I don't know, how many are we now? 12, 13 people?
Yeah, like 13 people.
Exactly. So and these are families that are benefiting from this opportunity that you guys allow us to do, right? To serve you. And we're grateful for that, just so you know.
And what makes a great team is a good team leader, and I'm not saying that,
Absolutely, yes.
but that is key. So again, having served in the Navy, if the skipper or the captain of that vessel is not doing his job as a good leader, that ship is going to start falling apart. So that's I think the success with a team.
And I give it back to you because we have a good leaders around us. It's not just me, but we all participate and showing up every day. I mean, we're crazy people. We get up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym. We're in the big class at 5 a.m. And some people might think we're crazy, but you know what? We're committed. We're committed to having a good life and sharing that with you guys so that you guys can, hopefully get something from us that inspires you. And where I come from, I mean, I come from very, very humble beginnings, and to be able to have this platform and this podium to talk to you guys is huge. And being able to share our success, big or small, it's huge for me because I want to show you that everything and anything's possible.
Sure.
Absolutely. And tell me, Juan, how the team has evolved throughout the years.
A lot, and it's by growing pains. And I tell you guys all the time, as we grow, there's going to be growing pains. And I didn't even finish high school, so I'm not the expert when it comes to building businesses. I started this with the dream, helping others, and that dream became bigger and bigger. And it pushed me to now hire people like you guys that are amazing. You guys are professionals, and you guys have taught me so much that it has evolved into a real business, right? And an enterprise that, I mean, last year we sold $30 million worth of business. This year we're almost there. So again, it's huge, and I'm very proud of that. Not bragging, I'm just proud of that.
Well, he's a walking encyclopedia.
Yeah.
I mean, he reads books left and right, and he's always encouraging everyone else to read the books, to learn more and more. There's always room for improvement.
Of course, and the more I learn, the more I realize how little I know. And it breaks my heart that people don't even take the time. The average American reads less than half a book a year. And the average CEO reads about 62 books a year. So that goes to tell you, the more you learn, the more you earn. And I can attest to that.
Amen.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And tell me, Juan, tell me more about the culture of the team. What do you believe?
Our mission is to help as many families as possible to reach the American dream and also have freedom. I encounter this a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people in their 60s that are about to retire, or they think they're going to retire. And it breaks my heart that they have to work their whole life just to make the rent payment because what they're getting from the government or their little pension is not enough. So for me, it became a mission to help others, empower them to start investing while they're young. My daughter started here working in the business, and I want to show her as much as I know so that she doesn't end up in that position. I went through it with my family, and it breaks my heart. I don't want to see these people at Walmart waving. If they want to do it for fun, great. But if they're doing it because they can pay their bills and they can barely survive, it's crazy. So our culture is great. We have, like I said, a huge diversity of diversity of people, and I love it.
All right, that's amazing. And tell me, Juan and Angel, why do you do what you do?
I'll let you start first.
Well, I retired, and I was sitting in my sofa at the home, twiddling my fingers. And I said, I always liked real estate. I mean, I did my share of mistakes because when you don't know the information, you're bound to do mistakes, but you learn from them. And I always was inclined to learn more about real estate, even when I was still in law enforcement. But now I was retired, twiddling my fingers. And I said, and then in church, I ran into him and I was talking to him and I said, yeah, I'm thinking about doing real estate. He says, it's funny, I'm a real estate agent. And that's where it hit it off. And boom, he says, why don't you go to school? And also my wife's uncle told me the same thing. And I went to school and got my license, and the rest is history.
Yep. And he's been uber successful. In 1 year that he started doing this, I mean, he's done a ton of business. And I always joke about it, but he used to sell real estate without getting paid.
I did. I mean, that was another thing. I like going to open houses. I like going to the new home builds, the models. And oftentimes the agent there would ask me, are you an agent? And I says, no, why? Well, because you talk and walk like one. And it hit me.
It's true.
So, and then everything just came together. If I like talking to people, I like helping people. I've helped people get homes and not even get paid for it.
Yeah.
I think it's passion and just the desire to see people succeed.
And that's the beauty of it, because you were doing it. You weren't doing it for the money. You just wanted to help others. And he told me his story about when he bought the first condo, and then there was an officer talking to him about it. He was trying. He's like, "Come on, man, you need to buy this place." You want to share that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I was a young agent in law enforcement, and I had one coworker that would hound me and just talk to me about real estate. And he opened the door to many things, and it was because of that person encouraging me. I bought my first property, and then I did the same thing down the road where I would see young law enforcement agents, and I would talk to them. And if they pushed back, I wouldn't want to choke them with the information, but I encouraged them. And I remember one couple, this young officer, he came, told me afterwards, like 6 months down the road, he says, "I'd like to thank you, my wife. I want to introduce you to my wife, because it was through your efforts and you talking to me about real estate that we decided to purchase." So I didn't even get involved in the transaction because I wasn't a real estate agent at the moment. But through the encouragement, they were able to successfully get a home, and then they were starting a young family. And those are the kind of stories that still work inside me. So
yeah, you pay it forward, basically. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And you, Juan, why do you do what you do?
I'm passionate. Like I said, my mission is to help as many people as possible. And there's many of our clients that have worked with us in the past, and I'm reaching out to them for investment. Like, if they own a home, why not get a second home? Use your money to grow, right? I give this example just briefly. You bought a house 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Your house is worth probably $150,000 to $200,000 more. That money is just sitting there. Just imagine if you took that money, 50 or 100,000, and put it in another house. If that house went up about 200,000, now you have two. Those two homes are going to appreciate at the same time. The other thing is, every single time the tenant pays their mortgage, their payment's going to drop, their balance. So they're building true wealth, right, without even doing anything. And that money sitting in the bank is just, or not doing anything. So I do it because, again, I want to make sure that the next generation, especially in our culture, in the Hispanic community, they understand about this, and they don't just rent. I see, it breaks my heart when I see these people when they have a very nice car, brand new car, parked in an apartment. Like, that doesn't make sense. Your car's going to depreciate. You're paying somebody else's mortgage. You need to start investing in you.
Yeah, I've seen that happen where they have $1,000 car payment.
Yep.
And are paying rent at a location where they probably can't afford $1,000 rent.
Yep.
And so those are the kind of things that sometimes we run into, and it's just a matter of talking and hopefully shedding some light into people's lives.
And tell me,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's the key. Like, how can we help others see the light? Because, again, there's nobody out there, especially in school. People graduate and they're in debt. They don't come out with, making money. They come out very, very tight in their budget because they have so much debt, and the jobs that they were hoping to get are paying them so little that they're going to be living like that for their whole life. And we just want to prepare them and say, hey, you know what? This is the financial education you need, and we can help you with that. We're going to work on building some seminars. I've been talking about this for years. We just got to set it up in which we can show people how to create true wealth and also start saving and investing, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. I love the idea. And tell me, Juan, because I hear both of you, and you're very passionate about what you do. Is the entire team as passionate as you are?
Yes. Yes, we have a lot of passion. I mean, like, say, Claudia, Brianna, Mark, Carlista. I mean, they're all homeowners, and they are proud and they love what they do. And I feel like we have a huge, we're all passionate, and that's one thing you have to have. You can't fake it.
Right. Absolutely. You can't. And Juan, how will you describe your team?
They're go-getters. I mean, they're hungry. They're also, I think we have the same mindset. And as I was creating the team, again, it was by default, and people are reaching out to us to join. It has evolved, and it has. I lost my train of thought.
Well, I think it has evolved, and it will continue to evolve. And it's like grabbing, you're polishing and continuously making things better. There's always room for improvement. It never ends.
Yes, and it's again, everybody wants to succeed. They all have different personalities, and it's cool to see that, put together.
Right. They all work together, right?
Yep.
That's amazing. And tell me, you already told me about your mission. Your mission is to help families to create financial wealth, to grow. Now tell me about your vision. Where do you want to?
We want to go all over. We want to go national, and we're international already to a point because we have a team in Mexico that is taking does our behind the scenes work. So I had the possibility to go to Philippines and open up over there. And I said, you know what, why not, where I come from in Mexico, provide opportunities. So we want to grow so that we can provide more opportunities for other people.
All right. And I think you're already accomplishing that vision. So tell me, Juan and Angel, why are you so successful?
I don't know. I mean, I think we're hard workers, and I think that's the byproduct of our work is the success. I mean, it's you work hard, you grind, and you never give up, and then you don't fail unless you quit. So we never give up. So I think that's what it takes. It's just hard work, persistence, and consistency. Diligence. I mean, most people want to let's just go to the gym for one time, and work out work out as much as you can for 7-8 hours and then go back. You're not going to see any results. It's the daily routine that is going to make a big difference in every single aspect of your life, from eating well, exercising, and making phone calls, doing these things that most people say I don't have time to do, right? Really? We all have 24 hours in a day. We've been up since 4. We worked out, we read, we're here.
And we still have families to attend. So it's just finding that balance and having that team allows to be able to attend to family matters as well.
Have flexibility so you can enjoy yourself too, because if I'm here by myself and I'm doing all this work, I'm going to be able to leave, but my business is going to drop because there's nobody there to take care of it. So having a team is huge in that regard.
All right. And tell me, what are your plans for expanding the team?
I mean, we're going to keep growing. There's more and more people joining our team. There's more agents joining. And also we want to grow the team in Mexico so that we can provide more services to other agents, also provide them with TC services.
Right. That's amazing. And tell me, Juan and Angel, what are your values, the values that we share as team?
I'm going to tell my personal values. We're Christian. We believe in God, and that's first, right? And then family, then business. And that's the Keller Williams model too.
Integrity.
Yep. Integrity.
Honesty.
Yep.
And going above and beyond.
Yep.
Perfect. And can you share with the people that are watching us right now, why is it important to have a real estate agent?
Well, I mean, as I indicated earlier, it's not buying real estate or selling real estate is not like selling a bicycle or buying a bicycle. It's a very serious matter. And if you're going to get into a transaction with no or very little knowledge as to what it entails, you can run into some serious problems that a real estate agent can help avoid. So a real estate agent is a person, key professional within that field. I mean, it's if you're going to go and have your neighbor pull your teeth out because you have some pain rather than go to a dentist.
He's got some pliers, he can take it out.
It may be possible that he could do it for you, but you may run into some problems. So that's why it's important to have a realtor with you.
I'm going to give you a couple examples for inspections, right? In an inspection, anything can go wrong. How do you know what to do, what to say? How do you know how much a house is worth? I'm going to give you just this clear example. We listed a home. We just closed it last week. That prospect or that client had an interview with another agent who's a friend of hers, right? So the friend offered her a discount for her services. She was going to list the property at $250,000, and one of my friends who's a lender referred me to her. So she calls me up, set up an appointment, we meet, and I do comparables, which is the market analysis for the property to give her a value. And I came up with $330,000. What's the difference? $80,000. So before we were in the conversation, she asked me for a discount. And then when I came up with the price, she's like, "What? I think that's a lot of money." And I said, "Well, that's how much we can sell it for." She says, "Well, my friend told me that it was 250." And I said, "The friend that wanted to give you a discount, that discount, it was equivalent to about $2,000 to $4,000, right? It was going to cost her $80,000 for that discount. Was that really a discount?" Well, first of all, that's knowing what to do with an agent. And the other thing is, when you have an appraisal, if you don't do the process with an agent, you may skip these steps that are key. Another instance where this was like 6 years ago. It was a contract for $180,000. When the appraisal came in $30,000 less, 30,000. So it came in at 150. The client wanted to buy it, and I said, "Well, the problem is that the house is smaller than they told you by 500 square feet.
Yes.
That 500 square feet made a difference of $30,000. If that person wouldn't have had an agent and he was stubborn to buy the house, he would have purchased that $150,000 home for $180,000. So having an agent saved them $30,000. So it's this, and this is huge, guys. There's another one that we just went through. The foundation was cracked all the way. We tell our client, don't buy it, right? If they would have gone in there, say, "Oh, it's a great deal, buy it. It's put some lipstick on it," and they buy it. Just imagine that. It's very important. It's just like going to court by yourself. You might get away with some, but if you don't know what you're saying, you might end up in jail.
And the real estate profession is very regulated by the state.
Heavily.
Yes. So that's something to keep in mind.
Yep. They keep us honest, which is great. I feel like it's the biggest purchase anyone will make in their life, and they should take it with that, Yep.
All right. And tell me, Juan, Juan and Angel, what advice will you give to anyone thinking of becoming a realtor?
I was speaking with one recently. He's in the military reserves. He's currently deployed. We were talking on the phone because he's also interested in purchasing a home. But the conversation went to the point where, how can I become a realtor? Well, again, it goes back to, what are your goals in life?
Mm-hmm.
And training. You have to go to school to get your license. So that's paramount. And then willing and able to assist people, to talk to people. And I think this one individual has that.
Yep. And I think people come in with the wrong impression or notion that they're going to come in and make thousands and thousands of dollars, which it's possible, it's true and realistic. However, they don't understand the commitment that it takes. And my philosophy on that is, you do the best job that you can for your client to get him the result that they want. And the byproduct of it is you get paid. I don't know if that makes sense. So basically, if I do let's say Angel comes in as a buyer, I'm going to go above and beyond to make sure that the deal happens according to what he wants in his terms at his time. And if I do that, I'm going to get paid. So the last thing I look is my check. I don't care about my check, because if I don't make him happy, I'm not going to get a check, right?
Yep.
So my goal is to make sure that go through the process to make sure that I accomplish the desired outcome for my client. And at the end of the day, it'll happen. So if you're going to be an agent, know that it's not easy. And I'm not saying this to discourage you. It's just so that I can relate the fact that you have to learn a lot. And what Angel said is 100% true. You have to learn, you have to train. And I feel blessed to have people like him around me, because they ground me. I can see all the stuff that we've done, and whatever I've done wrong, I help them not, to avoid those mistakes. So it's huge to have someone that, has experience. So if you're going to be an agent, make sure you go with someone that knows what he's doing, to avoid making expensive mistakes and even ending up in the place that you don't want to end up at.
Yep.
Absolutely. And regarding to that one, is your team doing some training right now? Are they preparing themselves to be better?
Definitely. We have group training sessions that are done weekly. We also have individuals training sessions that fall under our responsibility. And it's just the results. You can see the results. And then there's accountability. So within a team, you're going to be held accountable as well.
Yeah. And it never ends, guys. The learning is never ending. So some of the training we do is more for mindset and personal development, which again, your outer world will reflect your inner world. So whatever you see in front of you is the reflection of what you know and what you are inside. So I think that's huge.
All right. Well, that's amazing. Well, I don't know if you would like to share something else before we leave.
Well, if anyone is interested in either selling, buying, or investing, please do not hesitate in contacting here the Grimaldo Group.
Yep. Thank you, guys. And we're here as a resource. So don't feel like we're just here to sell you a home, buy you a home. If you guys need anything in regards to real estate, if we don't have the resource, we'll get it for you.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Bye. Bye-bye.